ain't gonna work. I'm sorry. Holy mackerel. Oh my gosh.
Candy corn pizza.
That looks pretty good. I might have to try that.
There's your quality check right there. Oh no, disgusting. Oh, this is an abomination. You can't do that to a pizza. They're sacred. Oh, well, now that it's cooked. Yeah, all right. Hey, Papa John's, this is what you're missing out on, okay? If you get Schnatter back in there, I mean, you may have to, you know, watch out for a couple N-bombs or two, but you do get candy corn pizza as a menu option. All right, let us turn to Papa John. I'm sure everyone remembered Papa John gave us all a very foreboding message that the Great Awakening was coming, or something to that effect, right? Maybe I should look up that message. I mean, I'm a journalist now. I officially became a journalist today.
I've had over 40 pizzas in the last 30 days. Living currently in Mark Shapiro should be in jail. He has no pizza experience. He's never been in the pizza category. I would just say, stay tuned. The day of reckoning will come. The record will be straight.
Why not set the record straight now? I mean, what is it about the record that's...
So we all know now, right? Hey, I just wanted to share this. My score was 17 out of 19 correct. Well, fine. Doesn't matter. All that matters is I tied Jordan, okay? I'm gonna take this one and run with it. This is my new prized possession. Hey, what up, Wilco? So, I'm sure you all remember Papa John making this prophetic message. The day of reckoning is coming. I'm sure you all remember also Papa John is a horrifying racist who was caught saying the N-word and was unfortunately let go as the CEO. I can't remember if he stepped down or if he decided, hey, maybe the stocks won't do as good with me at the head. Not entirely sure. Can't remember that. Because none of that really matters. What does matter is what he's become. The day of reckoning is here. And I'm very proud to announce this. Hey, Juste Belmont, thanks for gifting a tier 1 sub to Wilco. I don't know why I read your name like a vampire. Juste Belmont. Ousted, Papa John's founder eats 800 of his former chain's pizzas in 18 months so he can complain they suck. Papa John's founder, John Schnatter, misses his old company. So much so, in fact, that he said he spent the last 18 months testing 800 Papa John's pizzas as he schemes a path back to the top of his former pizza empire. Now, we've had a lot of falling from grace stories over the course of, the Serfs and all this kind of stuff, and I don't think I've ever heard of a plan this ambitious, where I have to return, and in order to do so, I will consume what is probably objectively a very unhealthy amount of pizzas. They're not very healthy pizzas. I've only had the displeasure of trying Papa John's once. It's not a popular franchise in Canada. You don't find it in a lot of places. There is one in Vancouver, but there's also a lot of good pizza places, so But more importantly, I did try it for the first time in New York, and that one's even more egregious because New York's got some of the best pizza in the world. I'm sorry, New York. I mean, I'm sorry. I was living in Flatbush at the time, and I was told by numerous people there that I really should try the Papa John's because it's like exceptional. I'd never tried Papa John's. I also ate White Castle for the first time in New York, even though there is sensational burger places. I had some of the best burgers I've ever had in my life there, and there is Shake Shack and all that stuff. But I'd also never tried White Castle, so I was like, why don't I try White Castle for the first time? And it was shockingly disappointing. I have no idea why that whole movie got made, to be totally frank. Like that adventure would have been done within, like, my version of the movie would have been like 2 minutes. I'm like, hey, let's go to White Castle. I'm like, ew, gross. Let's just go to the place across the street. Done. Weed, stoned, burgers, movie over. Would not have been an epic of any proportions. I'm sorry, It's me in New York.
The meeting is until 3, but I always like to come to New York a little bit early and hit some of my favorite haunts. Like right here is my favorite New York pizza joint. And I'm gonna go get me a New York slice.
It's fair. It's fair. It's fair, all right? I wouldn't, take me seriously if I had just heard me say that I had gone to New York and tried Papa John's for the first time. But that's not why we're here, everybody. We're here to learn a little bit more about Schnatter. Schnatter was ousted as the CEO and chairman after it was reported that he had used the N-word during the company phone call. He said he was not using the word himself, but paraphrasing KFC founder, he threw the Colonel Sanders under the bus? So he said he was paraphrasing KFC founder Colonel Sanders using it, but the backlash was swift and fierce. That's also not like a new pass. I don't know if that if you think that's. Oh no. Hey, I wasn't being racist. Okay, I was just quoting the Colonel. I mean, come on. He does look kind of sus. You got to admit, he looks incredibly sus. I mean, yeah. I'll give you that much. In an interview with Bloomberg's businessman Devin Leonard, Schnatter said he sought to set the record straight, shared his theory that a wide-ranging liberal cancel culture conspiracy had plotted against him, and other bizarre details of his daily life. Papa John is still obsessed with Papa John's, is the article's headline, and Leonard begins by quoting Schnatter as describing his exit from the company he launched in a converted broom closet in the back of his father's tavern in 1984 as a crucifixion, unethical, immoral, and evil. An outspoken conservative, Schnatters made headlines in 2012 when he said that Obamacare would result in higher prices for pizzas, and again in 2017. Well, I mean, that's like, I guess the only leverage he has. That's like the one card he can play, because no one's going to question his authority on that subject. I mean, on his whole, proper use of the N-word, which, I mean, for anyone other than black people is never, that you can question pretty readily. But for the whole, the pizza stuff, yeah, I mean, I might be like, well, he would know a bit about that. He is kind of an authority on pizza, so there's that much. He said the NFL's failure to stop the players' protests was hurting pizza sales. Okay, might question that one. He repeatedly complained throughout the interview that he'd been unfairly targeted and persecuted for his views, mentioning various people involved in the company, its public relation firm, its ad agency, and elsewhere who were former officials in the Democratic administration or major donors to liberal candidates and causes. Schnatter has filed a suit against Papa John's and the ad agency and has publicly complained that Rob Lynch, the former Arby's president, man, he's like the Milo Yiannopoulos of fast food. And if you don't get that reference, Milo basically, once he fell from grace, just started being like, hey, here's all the worst things about every conservative you've ever heard of. Here's all the times that Dave Rubin did this. Here's all the times that they did this. Here's a whole bunch of text messages that they send to each other. Yeah, it's thoroughly embarrassing. So that's kind of it, right? He's the former Arby's president who was brought in to Schnatter's departure, doesn't truly understand the company, and he just lucked out because the pandemic drove more people to order food delivery. So he's like, the only reason the stock went up wasn't because I left, it's because of a pandemic. So, you know, he has such strange logic. Anyways, to prove his point, Schnatter has apparently been conducting his own quality tests of Papa John's pizzas, telling Leonard that he's tested a whopping 800 pizzas over the past year and a half. Along with displaying his helicopter, he's used Tik Toks to make the case for the quality of Papa John's pies and the deteriorated in his absence. He says he's tested 800 pizzas in the past 18 months. Some were burnt, some were undercooked. Wait, isn't the whole thing about Papa John's is you take it home and you cook it yourself? Am I wrong on that? I mean, you can correct me on this one. Again, my experience with Papa John's is pretty limited, but I thought that was a big thing, that it's like, I am wrong? Okay, so they make it. Okay, that's DiGiorno. That's Papa Murphy's. We don't have Papa Murphy's in Canada, I don't think. Or we probably do. Someone's gonna be like, yes, we do, Lance. There's one like right next to you. That's Murphy's. Okay, that's Papa Murphy's. All right, I'm sorry. Clearly, there's a lot of Papa John fans in the chat. So what did he say? Some were burnt, some were undercooked. The main thing that kept the company afloat, he claims, has been food delivery. Actually, you know what? Good on you, chat. Good on you for calling me out on my shit. Because at the end of the day, now I have like a much higher reputation to hold. People are always like, you know what? You have a responsibility, Lance, to do actual factual reporting. Because at the end of the day, you have a large audience. I've never believed that until this very moment. Now that I've successfully tied Jordan Ewell in the fake news competition, I have to have but the highest standards. As high as Papa John's, apparently. It kind of makes me laugh at Rob Lynch, he said, referring to Papa John's CEO. This guy's delusional. He has no idea how we built this company and the fundamentals. But he thinks it's him. He really thinks that he's done something magical. The company, in the meantime, insists it's doing fine without Schnatter. They've launched new products, hired well-liked former NBA star Shaquille O'Neal as a spokesman. Stock price is at its highest ever level. Oof, that one really doesn't help your argument, Schnatter. Still, Schnatter was open about his desire to get back in the pizza game, although he wasn't entirely clear how a takeover of his old company would be accomplished. Well, let's take a little look at his TikTok to see what he's vibing with.
What the heck? It's like a little frozen pizza. Candy corn, you gotta be. No. That ain't gonna work, brother. That ain't gonna work. I'm sorry. Holy mackerel. Oh my gosh.
Candy corn pizza.
That looks pretty good. I might have to try that.
There's your quality check right there. Oh no, disgusting. Oh, this is an abomination. You can't do that to a pizza. They're sacred. Oh, well, now that it's cooked. Whew. Yeah, all right. Hey, Papa John's, this is what you're missing out on, okay? If you get Schnatter back in there, I mean, you may have to, you know, watch out for a couple N-bombs or two, but you do get candy corn pizza as a menu option. Candy corn is gross. What is with people in candy corn pizza?
Entire pizza
interesting, but looks pretty good.
This is perfect for anyone trying to lose weight. Let's show you how to make it.
Let's see.
Grab any low-calorie wrap that you
tortilla,
like, and this next
better
step
dough,
is the most
better
important.
get that the hell out of my
Have
face.
a nice crispy pizza. Entire pizza.
Okay, well, you know the problem with this one? You didn't wait until it was cooked. Because I think you're kind of just a more like a before and after guy. Like if you saw the finished product, you'd be like, whoa, no, daddy, like, I'm there.
Oh, pizza, I got it. This guy's a pro. He's got it going on. Got a
Barbecue
blowtorch
pizza?
going here. Got the grill going. The student is teaching the master here. Little fresh dough, grated cheese. He's serious, man. He's serious. Little pepperoni. Little love pepperoni.
I'm way more curious.
Throw
They
those
cook it in
cards.
the
Throw those
barbecue.
cards down on that pizza. Throw those pepperoni. Throw it down. Fire that baby in the oven. Ah, a little hot in there.
Whoa, that actually
That's
looks
real
fucking
Italian
bomb.
pizza there. That looks delicious. Adam, you rock, man. You rock.
Party pizza.
Yeah, that looks really, really good. Now I want a fucking pizza. Wait, what's this? I don't get, what is this? I don't get this thing. Can someone explain this one to me? It's an old meme? Well, that would be what I assume, but I know I'm a boomer. I've explained I'm a boomer. So he's doing Zoomer memes. Is that it? I can't even make a joke about that because I didn't get it. He's cooler than me. I don't see a single one of these TikToks where he's eating Papa John's. He's just doing like pizza reviews and showing off how rich he is. Yeah, these are all pizza reviews. See, I really wanted to see him eat 800 pizzas. Well, either way, Zan does this meme. All right, so for all the you know above 25-year-olds, can someone explain it to me? I'm gonna take the bullet for all of you in Roblox. I'm going to be the one who embarrasses himself. He might be rich, but he's not rich enough to buy an N-word pass. Well, yeah, they're priceless. Here's an article in the No 2 Fingers Arm TikTok meeting. Thank you. Oh, it's so good these exist for like, seniors like myself. What does it mean when the TikTokers put 2 fingers on their arm? Odd pointing trend explained. TikTok users are putting 2 fingers on their arm all the time and no one quite knows what it means. The gesture looks similar to the one you do when you're checking your pulse. However, there's nothing medical about it. Still, people are sort of baffled about it. Well, that might be it. Just because it's baffling people like me. The meaning of the gesture has changed over time. It was first popularized by former Lakers player D'Angelo Russell, who did the pose in celebration after scoring. It meant ice in my veins, which is a play on a cold-blooded or ruthless competitive and skilled at the game of basketball. Ah, gotcha. Gotcha. Okay. Trends, you know. There's trends. We got trends. That's fine. Oh, I'm not going to play this because it's not really content, but if you haven't watched it, Jordan Peterson, I know, kind of skirted the line between is he religious, is he not religious. He's just straight up doing biblical quotes on his channel now.
Above the same faults and temptations. I watched Fox News release a message this week. There are terrible things afoot under the surface of our society, and the perpetrators are coming for you. And coming for us. Who is the enemy here? The snake in your heart? The lies on your tongue? The arrogance of your intellect? Of our dark hearts. For thine is the kingdom, the power and the glory, forever and ever. Oh, man.
So, you know, if you want to check that out on your own time, I just figured it's kind of boring. I didn't want to sit through it. Do you enjoy the Serfs but prefer not to have to use your eyeballs? Many are saying this. Well, we've got the solution for you. It's the Serf Times in podcast form, available on most major podcasting networks now. If you enjoy it, please consider leaving a good review and feedback because it really helps the show out, apparently, and it's free, just like the podcast.
To our gods, Xander Corvus and Peyton L. Just, we will build a ladder to heaven to deliver you the daily news. To our monarch, Tom Spiker, we are your most humble of clownish jesters. To our lords, Trevor R. and Alexander Thaler, you have our undying fealty. To our knights of the round table, Nate, that one guy, Hagbird Celine, Matthew Scarborough, Stellar Vision, Ariana McCarthy, Daniel Sutton, Ants Are Still Running the World, Coulter Smith, Tom Groh, Val 9000, Jenna Tal, Quiet 185, Anna Loves Riley, Riley and Anna, Omni, Poodlehawk, The Tim Caucus, Multimondi, Trevor Janis, Lemmy 101, Anthropophojack, Saren 42, Chronic de Hemphog, Catherine, Radical Maniac, Ramon Acosta, Incosin, Violent Orchard, Sophie Baby, Political Puppy, Andreas Chiringuito, Zach Christensen, Josh Mickelson, Todd Buckingham, and Todd Lajeunesse. We shall meet you in the tavern, and we raise a drink, and we salute you.